Hello everyone, Shadefyre here, and welcome back to Let's Play Subnautica Below Zero. This is episode 9, and we're right where we left off last time. We're going to head into the mine with our new super upgraded oxygen tank, and see if we can find this alien artifact. So again, we can't take our Seatruck in here, and we don't have the prawn suit, but I don't think we'll need it. I think there's enough oxygen and oxygen plants that we can make it down there. It's interesting that they have this underwater elevator, though. I'm guessing you would ride a prawn suit down here instead of just jumping down the hole. Because without the grappling mod, there's actually no way to get the prawn suit out of here. But that was kind of an essential mod even in the first game for the prawn suit, since it let you zip around. Alright, what do we got in here? We got these thermal power plants, which we already have. Ruby. I'm trying to remember what materials we needed. We needed more lead, if there's any of the galvanite down here. Or galena, I can't remember which one it is anymore. I've said both so many times that I've now just, like, blended them together. Aurora wreckage located. Oh yeah, so I finally remembered that it was called the Aurora, like, yesterday. I didn't want to look it up because it was one of those things where it's like, I want my brain to function the way it's intended to, and actually remember things. So eventually I did remember, okay, it's called the Aurora. But it's funny to find that, which will reference the after effects of the first game. Was that stuff I dropped when I died? It's just rolling around on the ground? Because we did suffocate down here last time. Okay, so the alien artifact is over here. I guess this drill is here to show that they drilled through the wall. Alright, what am I looking at, Alan?
I am again able to trace the imprint of my people. They survived for a time, but then their presence becomes faint.
So I guess this is more or less their physical form. I mean, I guess they probably had arms, though. Alien statue. Well, we don't have enough air to read about that right now, but we will check it out when we get back.
Acquired. And
now we can make ion batteries, which last for a lot longer. Ooh, and ion power cells. That's new. I don't know what kind of eggs these are. I'm guessing they're probably the rock punchers? Alright, so what did that actually do for us? I guess we'll have to wait until he gets back to us with a message. Alright, now is it worth going deeper into the mine? Or is this kind of prawn suit territory? What's this here? Headlamp. Battery-powered, all-environment, head-mounted light source. That sounds very useful.
New technology acquired.
Especially because I don't think we have anything in that slot yet. Or does that replace the rebreather? Because if it does, then it's not very useful. But if it goes into one of these chip slots, then it will be useful. Because then we don't need to carry around the flashlight. Alright, I don't think this mine actually really goes anywhere from this point. I think it's just kind of a place where you literally go to harvest a bunch of resources. Is that more diamonds? Oh, that's a diamond drill spot. Yeah, so I think this is kind of all that's down here, is this big room full of stuff to drill. So that'll probably be something I do off-screen once we have the prawn suit, is I might come down here and just harvest a bunch of resources, because there's lots of good stuff down here. Copper, titanium, gold. So I guess that's it. Really wasn't too much more than what we saw last time. Still a cool area, though. Alright, so now that we've scratched that off the list, I did remember that there is that other piece of the Mercury too, where I cut open a door and found that there was a whole big other section. So we're going to want to go back there as well. I think that was the one in the lily pads. And the lily pads in general is an area we're going to go search again now that we have a lot more oxygen. Because there's a biome that I believe is underneath that we didn't even see yet. And I do want to get this module built as well, because even if I get the prawn suit, I'll probably just park the Seatruck up here and then go mining. Unfortunately, there's no way to transport your prawn as far as I know. There might be a dock module, but I don't remember there being one, so that you can drag it around like you would with the Cyclops.
Seek fluid intake.
Alright, we still have all that titanium I picked up, so we're going to probably want to drop that off on the way. Grab some fish to eat. So now we got to go all the way around the island again. But it would be nice if we could pick up some lead on the way. Let's switch over to the mineral scanner. Look for galena. This is where the headlamp would come in handy, is when you're trying to look for resources at night. And you don't really need the extra diving depth. Honestly, I wish there was a way to get lead that wasn't just a random chance of lead or titanium, because I find you get way too much titanium from that. And galena outcrops are not that common. Like, it's way easier to get silver and gold than it is to get lead. But at least galena spawns in quite a few biomes. Alright, how much do we got now? I got room for one more if we can find it. It'd be nice if we could find a lead deposit. I didn't actually see any down there, but I wasn't really looking closely at them. Is that the shadow of two peepers? I just saw go by. Come on, just give me one more galena. How do we find so many in quick succession, and then there's just a big gap where there's none? I don't know where this one is. It doesn't help that it's hard to distinguish Argentite and galena at a glance, because they're both just kind of dark black. Okay, I think this one's underground. It's coming from, like, in here. Either that or it's just kind of wedged down. I'm not seeing it. I'm pretty sure some of these nodes do spawn in the map. Like, you know, stuck in the terrain. Man, this is a lot of oxygen. Like, we haven't even gone up for air since we started looking for lead. Inventory full. Drop that titanium. Alright, back to the ship. So, I don't know progression-wise if we should be going... Where is the ship? If we should be going to Phi Robotics first, or if we should be getting the lead from Marguerite. Because I don't think Marguerite is going to tell us just to go to Phi Robotics which is the area on the surface. You know, we
Calorie intake
kind of poked our
recommended.
nose up there and then went back down. That's over in the eye jelly area. I think we might want to go look around there, but I don't know if we can get further inland yet without the snow fox. Also, I know now that there is an afterburner mod for the Seatruck, so there is a way to go faster, even if it's only in small bursts. One thing I'm honestly curious about is if you're less likely to get attacked by predators if you turn your lights off at night. Because I know their aggression does actually change between night and day. Some are more active in the day and some are more active at night. Even though it seems like all the creatures in this ocean are diurnal. But I don't know if this will actually attract less attention from, like, leviathans and whatnot. I like how these fish swarms are just little tiny sprites of the existing fish. What is that weird shadow? Oh, that's the shadow legs. I was like, how does that make sense? Alright, we're home.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And they arrive to the welcoming sound of water being poured next to a reactor. Oops, I didn't mean to make a titanium ingot. I meant to just melt down all these scraps. Alright, so that gives us a lot of titanium. We'll throw... You know what? Let's just throw the egg straight into the tank and see what we get. Because the only way to identify it is to hatch it. Though we might be at max population right now. Because of all these bladderfish, so I'm just going to grab a bunch of them. And I'm going to juice them. I don't actually have room for these. I should just fill up on fruit when we're in the base. And that way we can save our water and food for when we're out. Though honestly, food hasn't been much of a problem, especially because now we have the heated knife, so I can just stab any fish and immediately eat it if I get hungry. So it's really just water that's a concern. I guess I'll throw a few of these in here. We don't really need all these on us, and I'm just gonna drink some of the ones I have. Now, I would say that normally ruby is a mineral, but this seems to be more metal than, you know, ruby. I'm just gonna put it with the minerals for now. Because there are some materials that exist in both a mineral and metal form, is what I've learned from the sorting system. So,
Emergency. Starvation imminent. Seek calorie intake immediately.
well, first I need to deposit a bunch of this titanium. Quickly, scarf a bunch of fruit.
Vital signs stabilizing.
I wonder if you still get sick from eating the same thing a bunch, because they tried to limit the effectiveness of these plants in the first game by just making it start taking away health if you ate too many. Because you'd get, like, indigestion. Alright, that got my health back up, so let's eat one more of those. Water's not great, but I can slurp one of those. also, if we harvest our water here, I believe these give us large water instead of just the small ones. Yeah, so that's plus 50. It's a lot better. Well, that was convenient timing. Salt we don't even really need, because I'm pretty sure that's just for preserving food now. Alright, so I'm gonna actually just keep the large water with me instead of having a bunch of small ones. Alright, so there's a plasteel ingot. Plasteel ingot, and is that an advanced wiring kit or just regular wiring kit? Just a regular wiring kit. I think I might have one of those already. Yeah, I wanted to get rid of some of the silver I had. So now we can make our storage module. Which is going to extend the length of our adventures and also make it easier to set up other bases because I can just dump some materials in here. I was curious if it would crush me. Apparently the answer was no, it'll just kind of bounce off your head. So, these modules have to be attached to the Seatruck, and to do that, we just kind of grab onto these handles, and then we can push it right to the back of the Seatruck. If I can remember where the Seatruck is. What is that weird sound I'm hearing? Is that the Pinnacarid? Definitely doesn't sound like the Crocs. You still around here? Yeah, he's just kind of hanging around our base, doing flips. Having a good old time. So, what did I need for the moon pool? What was I short on? Because I've forgotten. Titanium ingot. Right, that's why we went to harvest the metal. So we have enough of that. That was, again, the sound of the chelicerae. Whenever I hear it, I think I'm going to be able to see it, but no. I saw its fin there for a second, but it's way out there. Prefer it way out there than way over here. Alright, titanium ingots, lubricant, and lead. Well, shit. We still don't have enough lead. But at least I can shove some of this stuff in there. Alright, so now we'll just need to pick up 2 lead in our adventures. Titanium. Pop those in there. Can I really get rid of anything? It feels like no. I kind of need all these things. Oh yeah, let's look at what the headlight does. It looks like it shouldn't replace my rebreather. Why does it need an ion battery, though? That seems kind of overpowered to require a battery for that. Ion battery is ion cube, gold, silver, and lithium. That would be really nice to put into our Sea Glide, so we don't have to recharge it. How many ion cubes did we pick up? We have 5. So I think we can spare one of those. So we need lithium, silver, and gold? Is that what I said? Yes. Glass and titanium. I guess we can spend one of our ion batteries on this. I'm hoping that it keeps the battery, though, so that I can actually take it out and recharge it. What am I looking for? This is me completely forgetting a second after doing it. Okay, tools, equipment, glass. That's what I was looking for, is my manufactured. I don't have any glass, but I should still have more quartz. Running a little low, though, since I used so much glass to make this place.
The headlamp comes with an advanced weather-resistant strap that can withstand volcanic heat or an ice age blizzard. A perpetual, hands-free light source in even the darkest environments.
Okay, so yeah, it takes up that slot, which means it's not going to be useful to me most of the time. But it will have specific applications, I guess. So, for now, we've kind of wasted one of our ion batteries. That'll go in manufactured for now. I don't really have a tools box. And I'm going to take these 2 power cells and keep them in the storage module as backup power. Not that I think we're going to run out. But yeah, so we still need nickel ore. It's the only thing keeping us from upgrading our depth to its maximum. At least I assume that's the maximum. And the last thing I want to do is make one more ion battery. Silver, gold, lithium. And like I said, we're going to put that in here. It has 5 times the charge of a regular battery. Might as well swap out this too. No reason to carry around half batteries if we don't need to. Okay. Now we can set out for the Lilypad Islands and hit up some of that stuff we couldn't before. So now that we have a module, you can see it doesn't automatically put you on the controls. You can get in here. And if you want to jettison the modules, there's a little switch right here. So, we got quite a bit of storage space in here. I mean, some of these are small lockers. You can see this one's only got a little bit of space. These are a good place to put those batteries that I thought I just took out. Every time I have to check. Alright, Lilypad Islands is this way. Nope. It's this way. Yeah, that is the Pinnacarid making that sound. Well, at least it's different from the Cryptosuchus. Suchus. Which we seem to be blissfully free of at the moment. I've killed enough of them that they're not around. And let's check out that thing we scanned. Man, we have 74 unread items. Research alien data, alien statue. The statue of unknown origin, assembled with precision out of a block of pure copper ore, appears to represent a creature of some sort and resembles the centaurs of ancient Greek mythology. Several theories have been posited. The statue could serve as a cultural marker, denoting the presence or authority of a particular race or subgroup of an intelligent alien race. Possible religious artifact depicting a deity or otherwise noteworthy figure. Artistic expression, an invented form representing imaginative thought. Now the question is, why is it just sitting in a random cave with no architect construction around? Pengling, or young penguins tend to huddle on dry land awaiting their next meal. Consume almost exclusively fish regurgitated by the adults in the huddle. They stay to the center of the huddle to stay warm and out of the wind. If separated from the huddle, the adults will become agitated and begin searching for their young penguins, so please don't do this. Assessment: harmless. Pinnacarid, an intelligent and curious creature which hunts and forages below the waterline but returns to the surface to breathe. Its many flippers make this an acrobatic hunter underwater but vulnerable on land, where it is capable at best of a fast shuffle. Generally consumes small fish, its diet may also include various plant materials. Side-facing eyes unusual for a predator. These likely serve as a defensive warning system. Purple-tinted antennae on the head detect the movement of prey fish nearby. Shows no aggression towards humans, and even curiosity if there's a chance of a meal. I wonder if we can feed one of these. Assessment: friendly. Rock puncher. a large crustacean which feeds on tiny larvae excavated from coral and rock with its powerful punching arm. Attracted to glow larvae found in and around deep-sea rock formations. Hardened chitin claws can thrust forward at close to the speed of sound to break rock and bone alike. Known to attack larger creatures which threaten its territory, perfectly adapted to cave environments. Its 6 legs adhere to walls and can propel it short distances through the water. Heavily armored, vulnerable only to Leviathan-class predators. Avoid or redirect with food. So the rock puncher was something that was not only cut from the first game, but was cut from the first game in a fairly finished state. Like, it actually had animations and a fully finished model and everything. They just decided they couldn't really fit it anywhere that would be kind of serving a purpose. I think there's one more kind of predatory Leviathan we haven't seen, though I'm not sure if they're counting the land one, or there's another water one that I don't know of. I know they cut out the sea dragon, kind of variant of the dragon from the first game. Okay. So we've kind of been down here. This is where we found the advanced oxygen tank. There's one right there. But we didn't go deeper. I was hoping that was the Seatruck fragment. If I remember correctly, going underneath Marguerite's house led us back into the crystal caves, which is not where we want to go. There's a different biome I'm trying to reach. I also have to remember now that I can't go vertically as sharply as I was before, because we're going to slam our tail into the ceiling. Okay, here's the old base. Or is this Marguerite's base? This is Marguerite's base. Okay, so this is not where we want to be. I mean, this is heading back towards our base, right? Yeah, Outpost 0. Dropped beacon, that would be somewhere I died. Which is a handy feature. If you're carrying a beacon in your inventory, you will actually drop it on death to mark where your stuff is. We have to start turning off some of these beacons. I'm trying to find our base. Outpost 1. Okay, yeah. So crystal caves are underneath us, which means this is going to lead to the crystal caves. We haven't actually tried going one of these other directions, have I? Man. Most of these plants you're not allowed to take a sample of. Reaper's wine glass. I can't even scan this stuff. This is a pretty cool place. I like whatever these guys are. Discus fish. I'd keep that in my base. What do we got down here? Diamond.
New creature discovered.
Thermal plant fragment. We can kind of range off ahead of our Seatruck here just to see if there's any reason to come down here. Plant fragment. This looks like some kind of battery bank. Marguerite Maida's log. This must be how she powers her base then, even though it's not connected. Booster tank we already had. I'll grab another one of these discus fish. That one seems to not be broken down there. Oh, this is underneath the vent garden. Okay. So this was the cave that I did not have enough oxygen to delve down into. Grab a little snack here. Wow, these are not very filling. She never makes like an ugh sound, even if it's a gross fish. Tastes like hot plastic. They give you more food, I think, when you don't cook them. Well, they don't give you water. So we can... Oh. We can turn back now. Do I have an extra beacon? No, of course, I'm not carrying any more. I dropped the ones I had. Is that something right there? Ah, it's just another thermal plant. So if I had a beacon, I would have marked Marguerite's base so that we could get rid of that pilot beacon. I don't actually know what that is either. That can't be a thermal plant fragment. No, it's like a... It's a broken power transmitter. Maybe we can't scan it because we already have the power transmitter. So is there another cave coming off of here, or is this just going to lead between those two biomes already? Between the crystal caves and the vent garden zone? I could open up the window that tells me what biome I'm in. Yeah, this is Crystal Caves. So we don't need to go down there. I'm actually hoping that this other biome, if we can find it, is where we'll find the nickel ore. We might just have to go further out to actually find it. Because this is kind of closer to the edge of Lilypads. Which is why it connects into the biomes that are not part of it. Also, how do I get out of this cave? Oh, there was just a big hole at the top. What if I go this way and just keep following this trench? that just going to lead me to Outpost Omega? I don't remember where the ship is either, but I imagine it can't be that hard to find, considering it is a pretty huge chunk. I know it's closer to the surface. Alright, this hopefully is the right place, and it's not just going to also lead us to the crystal caves. I don't know how big the crystal caves are. Have we actually got a scan of the Lily Paddler? These are the guys that hypnotize you, like the mesmers in the first game. However, unlike the mesmer, I'm pretty sure the Lily Paddler won't attack you. That's just their defense mechanism. Oops. I detached my module. Lily Paddler, a medium-sized herbivore with an elongated, bifurcated torso and multiple bioluminescent adornments, slow and vulnerable to attack, long arms for seed foraging on the ocean floor, an array of feather-like appendages display varied colors in low-light conditions. When threatened, the paddler emits a pheromonal defense that disrupts higher-order brain function in certain species. At night, the paddler's illuminated plumage looks like a school of smaller fish, perhaps convincing predators they're not worth the chase. Dangerous in unfamiliar environments, approach with caution. Yeah, so, I mean, it's nice of them to just kind of stun you and go.
I strongly sense my people's technology nearby. A body component is near.
Alright, I think we finally found the biome. Kinda wonder what all this red stuff in the air is. Let's check it out. Okay, so this is the big floating chunk, I guess, the PDA was talking about, because this goes all the way up. Flowering spore. A floating spore emitted by the Grand Cotton Anemone. Okay, we are looking for those. The spore is slightly more buoyant than water and floats, suspended in its biome and carried along by ocean currents. When the spore brushes against an acceptable surface, the spore breaks open, and the seed latches on in hopes of growing. Harvest for use in advanced material production. I don't even know what we need these for yet. I don't think we have a... Oh, well, there we go. I was gonna say, I don't think we have a blueprint that uses them, but it gave us one. I like the look of this place, though. This kind of red glow, without it being lava. And we can pick these, which are used in one of the other advanced materials. Flora sample used in advanced construction. Inedible. Look at these hanging flowers. Aren't those dope? What is this weird thing? Loop plant. This terrestrial plant features two thick red stalks that intertwine around a centralized green bulb. A series of thin yellow rings grow around the bulb in a decentralized orbit. Can I get a seed of that? No? They just don't want me to grow anything. Oh, these things are here too. We didn't actually get grabbed by one of these, but they were in the deep trenches as well. So this is what they do. They reach out and they try to reel you in.
Seek fluid intake.
And I'm pretty sure if they reel you in, it's an instant kill, because they just swallow you. Spiky Trap. This highly dangerous carnivorous lifeform manages to thrive in certain environments in spite of its lack of mobility. It quietly blends into terrain, camouflaging itself among similar-looking coral or anemone. When prey accidentally stumble into proximity, the creature quickly lashes out with its strong adhesive tentacles and will attempt to pull its target into its thorny, gaping maw. Assessment can be deadly to oblivious explorers. Pay attention to your environment when these creatures are present, watching and listening carefully for signs of imminent attack. Alright, so I don't actually really know what's in this biome. This is one of the ones that wasn't even in the game when I played it last. Well, let's head towards that big cotton anemone we see over there. It's kind of ashy looking over here. There's another one. God damn it. Okay, we got more diamonds. Things really are huge. Grand Cotton Anemone. One of the largest multicellular organisms in this sector of 4546b, the Grand Cotton Anemone is hard to miss. This species propagates by emitting a steady flow of spermatozoa, reminiscent of flower pollen that are forced out of its opening as a result of gas exchange. Periodically, a large egg is expelled. Once fertilized, this egg develops into a planula larva, which drifts through the local environment before establishing itself on the ocean floor. Collect eggs for use in advanced fabrication. Yeah, so because it's an anemone, they are eggs and not really seeds. Oh, god damn it. The knife doesn't actually seem to knock them off any faster than just any other tool. Doesn't seem like anything really lives down here. Kind of should be just picking up everything since we have the storage module. Nickel ore. There we go. So it is just kind of sitting around, which means we can pop out our scanner and look for nickel. Rock puncher egg discovered. Okay, so our rock puncher hatched back at base, which means that's exactly what it was. It makes sense, because usually you only find those eggs in biomes where the creature exists. This is a really big one. I'm also noticing a distinct lack of oxygen plants here, so clearly you're not meant to explore here without a vehicle or a lot of oxygen tank. Ooh, what's this? Actually, what is that? Is that not a Triops egg, because it only has one eye. I don't know what these are, but I'm going to take them. Nothing wrong with stealing life forms from their native habitat. There are a bunch of those. Let's head back to our vehicle before I suffocate, because we're actually running low. I wonder why they decided on having the oxygen tick down 3 at a time instead of 1. Like, did they think it would just be more annoying and kind of distracting if the meter was constantly moving than if it slowly ticked down by chunks?
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Don't know how much benzene we're gonna need, but I'll grab some of these spores too. Now that we have a module, we can also get in through the back. Yeah, none of the storage is very large, but we have a lot of it spread around. It still pretty much doubles our inventory at least. I think it's like 2.5 times more inventory with that than without it. Now, do I want to get more nickel ore while I'm here? Because I feel like we're probably going to need more than just the 3 for the 1 upgrade. I really like the look of this biome. I just wish there was maybe, like, at least one unique indigenous creature here. Alright, I saw an architect light a second ago. Just trying to find where it is again. We're in, like, a central cavern here. I seem to have lost track of it.
Fluid intake.
Okay, well, his body cache is down there, so it's got to be pretty close. I should have just gone to that light as soon as I saw it. I was like, oh, you know, we'll check that out in a second, and now I don't know where it was. Just kind of do a loop around the cavern until I find it. There it is. And we got a big drop. We are getting pretty close to our crush depth. But I'm hoping we can at least reach this body cache. Because that seems like a good way to end the episode, is if we can find that. Well, you know we're on the essential path because there's an oxygen plant off to the side here. I think those are a nice addition, because the first game, you had those coral that, like, kind of spit out bubbles, but I way prefer just having one you can... Is that a squid shark? That is a squid shark. The only life form down here we've seen, or the only fauna, I guess, mobile fauna, since these anemones are also fauna. But I was gonna say that being able to just use those oxygen plants instead of having to sit in place and catch bubbles is a nice change. Alright, I don't want to drive into this force field. I guess Alan shut it off for us. Actually, I wonder, though, if I rammed into this at full speed, would I just pop right through the bubble and get my Seatruck stuck? Well, this is pretty. Alan, is this one of your bodies? Can we rebuild you from this? A dense synthetic skeletal structure made from unknown alien components, it is estimated that the skeletal material would score a 10 on the Mohs test for material hardness. It is highly resistant to shattering due to its incredibly strong impact strength.
The skeleton is fairly dense, able to handle heavy forces. A good frame for my new form.
Are you okay, Alan?
It is not often that I gaze upon the form of a foreign architect.
Is this place another sort of sanctuary? It's peaceful. Beautiful, even.
As the bacterium spread, the continuation of life became unsettling. This is a place to reflect.
I think I understand.
Can't even grow those. I think this is one of the plants from the first game, growing on the island. So yeah, this is the only architect skeleton we've seen anywhere. The first game had, like, grave sites, but it didn't actually have any bodies. I guess because the body has a lot less value than the mind. Alright, so now we can build the first piece of Alan's body. Also, let me unpin this. Polyaniline, 3 diamonds, and plasteel ingot. That's actually pretty easy to build. I was really hoping we could grow these in our base. I don't know why they made it so limited on what plants you can grow. Yeah, these are all flora from the first game's island. Now, does that mean they were put there artificially, or they were just brought here from there? Because they're relaxing. Anyway, we're going to end it here, and next time we are going to, I guess, head back to that section of the Mercury 2, and then maybe go up to the ice shelf to poke around. But for now, I've been Shadefyre. This is Subnautica Below Zero. Thank you for joining me again. Take care, everyone.